Wow. Well, good morning and happy National Agriculture Day. What a great honor to be here to celebrate it with all of you. Thank you, everyone at USDA. No one does it like USDA. I mean, this is epic. I have many members of the SBA here. We're so honored to partner with you, Brooke, with Secretary Rollins, Mr. Deputy Secretary. Thank you. So look, President Trump understands that the American farmer, rancher, and agriculture industry is vital to our national strength and security, and that's why he's stood with all of us since day one. And it's also why he's entrusted this great agency to Secretary Rollins. Brooke, thank you so much for your dedication to agriculture every single day, for your friendship, for your leadership, and frankly, that goes for everyone on the stage here. It's such an honor. No administration has been more dedicated to America's original small business owners, the farmers, the ranchers, the agribusiness leaders. You create the fabric of our nation. It's woven together in a strong patchwork of rural America that keeps our country fed, fueled, clothed, and free. Like many of you, I was born in rural America. I was raised as the fourth generation on my family's corn, soybean, and cattle farm. I worked the feedlots, the soybean fields, and my parents actually had me fill out a little yellow time card when I worked in those fields to see how hard it was to earn $1. I'm grateful for that. And in the summer, I was able to show my feeder cattle in 4-H, along with my friends who had hogs, sheep, goats, and horses. I truly, and you would expect that my parents met at the Houston Livestock Show, so it was preordained. And now today I treasure my memories, whether it was sweeping machine sheds, taking lunches and dinners out to the field to my dad and grandpa to sit on the tailgate of a pickup truck for 5 minutes to eat with them. I listened along with my mom and grandmother to the futures prices at the Chicago Board of Trade on our AM radio so we could report them out to the guys in the field. But I also saw my parents struggle, not just with weather, with insects, with markets. It was the cost of rising regulations, the unfair trade balance, and the hollowing out of rural America. All of that only grew worse under the 4 years of Bidenomics, which heaped pain on farmers and ranchers. And today is all about making sure that that never, ever happens again. It's about reversing the damage that threatens to erase 250 years of America's hardest working industry. And it's about committing to the next generation of producers like my brother and nephew, Brian and Colin, who now run our 5-generation family farm today. President Trump is fighting for all of you, not Green New Deal radicals, not big government bureaucrats. He knows the grit and the faith, the toil and the tears, and the calluses and the intellect that it requires. He knows that those who wake up well before dawn, not knowing if they're going to break even, are essential to American strength, national security, and well-being. Now, 97% of all farmers in this nation are family farms, small businesses, which is why since the start of this administration, the SBA has worked overtime to deliver for rural communities and small businesses across the food supply chain. And last year, we delivered $7 billion in small business loans across rural America. We moved 30% of our workforce out of Washington, D.C. and into the field. That's where our small businesses are, and we moved them out of sanctuary cities into our heartland where our main streets are. I'm thrilled in year one that we cut over $100 billion in crushing red tape, and that has been a great honor to work with Secretary Rollins, Secretary Zeldin, to ensure that we push back on onerous DEF requirements. And I know firsthand, if you want to hear a farmer cuss, talk about DEF. I mean, I hear it every day when I talk to my dad and my brother. To talk about WOTUS, the important work of repealing the endangerment finding, and finally, through President Trump's working family tax cuts and the fair trade agenda, That's 100% expensing. That's 20% pass-through deductions. That's cutting the death tax. That's certainty for the first time. It's the certainty that big business always had, that small farmers and ranchers who put it all on the line every day did not have until President Trump. He funded $50 billion in rural health care and so much more. So we're putting power back into free enterprise. We're unleashing the new golden age of American agriculture, and together we're restoring rural communities, which are the soul of our nation. In fact, I think it is very fitting that as we celebrate 250 years and the values that certainly made ours the greatest nation on earth, that we also elevate agriculture. It's no mistake that the Bible, from Genesis to the Gospels, relies upon farming to illustrate some of life's most important principles: faith, patience, hard work, preparation, and gratitude. With God's providence, farmers built this nation, and you will continue to lead its strength, health, security for the next era of American exceptionalism. On behalf of every future generation, thank you for your dedication to sustaining the strength of American agriculture and for representing the very best of America. May God bless you. May God bless America. Thank you so much.